Hi everybody, it's John Klaus, recording some BallStat videos again. Gonna hit reports, the long-awaited reports videos. Um, the problem with reports is it's such a big package that comes with the reports that it's tough to know where to start. One of the things I'm doing tonight, uh, it's a new league year for my APA baseball league. So it's time to set up reports for those, and I thought, well, this would be a good time to set them up and kind of show how I do these reports. It's kind of going to be a little bit league specific. For those of you in leagues that use BallStat, you can kind of customize your reports in order to make them, you know, if you use Excel for your reports, you can customize it in BallStat to make it the same, get it to the same stats, so that you can easily, create a text file from BallStat and then just import that text file into your league reports. So that's what we're aiming to do here tonight. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull up a stock individual report, and we're just going to run the batting report. Click OK. We see we got my team as the Shiloh Cannons. I played two other opponents for the month of May, and they're here also. We have the database. I just have the one regular season set up. We're going to auto create the HTML and text report paths. The title for this report, I'm going to cull this down a little bit, as that whenever you're doing a text report in Excel, kind of helps to have a shorter title. So that's where I'm going with that. We're going to click OK on that, and there's our report. Great. Doesn't look too hot, but let's go ahead and save it. And this is one of the things that people often get confused when they're doing reports, is they'll do the report and they'll think, well, that doesn't look like how I want it to. What's the problem? This should, be exactly what I want. Well, first off, let's just open the new report, because remember, it was a stock report. So we'll open that, and there we get a little better report. Took all the pictures out, everything else. So it's basically like a refresh whenever you reopen the report. So if you made a lot of changes and it doesn't quite look right, save it and reopen it in order to show those changes that you had made. Okay, here we show it's sorted by batting average, which is maybe fine for your uses, but I actually want to use player name. So we're going to go over here to the report properties, general paths, HTML links. Auto load is one you'll use quite a bit, and in this case I actually want macro sort. So here we see the sort key. We want to use the sort key, so that's already checked. It's doing batting average descending. So you can do all kinds of different things. You could sort it on at bats. You can sort it on batting average versus left-handed pitchers if you have that stat in there. Whatever you want to do with that. For our purposes, I want a miscellaneous one because I'm going to use player name. See, there's three different player name, and Pete was kind enough to give us examples. If you just want to do it on last name, you'd select this first one. If you want last name and first initial, you would use the second one, or if you just wanted to do it on first name, you could do that also. This is the one I usually use because in case you have a couple of guys named Robinson, it'll sort it by the first name too. So we're gonna, I think I want that ascending. Click OK on that, and now you see our report is sorted by player name. So that's good. Now, what I'm trying to do with this report, you'll notice, is kind of your standard report. Doesn't have games in it, which we would want to add, but it's pretty standard. Now, when I click over for my league stats, it's not very standard. Games at bat, okay, great. Hits, wouldn't that normally be runs? Well, basically, we've been using this same Excel spreadsheet for the last 20 years in this league, so, and we've never really changed it. I probably should have changed it years ago, but we never did, so we're stuck with it. So now I have to get my BallStat report to match the Excel. So how do we do that? Good question. That's why we're here tonight. I'm going to click on this at bat, and this little window will pop up, and we can insert stats after this field or before this field. We can delete fields. We can increase the field width or decrease the field width. Really not going to get into sort or qualify or help or cancel. It's not really necessary. I want to insert games played before this one, so I'm going to click that. It's going to bring up this other menu. It's a batting stat. Click down into the batting stat, and there's games. Great. Click that. So now you see game shows up. At bats is fine where it's at. Runs, we put it in a weird place in our league, so I'm going to just go ahead and delete it for now. Hits is where it needs to be. RBI is in a weird place in our league, so I'm going to delete it. Doubles, triples, homers, and now we get to runs and RBIs. So click insert after batting stat. Oops, I went too far. There's runs scored. Click that. After runs scored, we'll put in RBIs. And as you can see with all these stats, you have a lot of options that you can insert here. Like I said, it's a very robust stat package that you can put together with these reports. Runs, RBIs, walks, strikeouts, that's all good. Looks like then we go hit by pitch. So let me delete this and delete that. So after strikeouts, we get hit by pitch, which is a batting stat also. Stolen bases, and then we go sacrifice hits and errors. Sacrifice hits and errors, okay. Sacrifice hits is a batting stat. And we'll notice that big gap there. We'll take care of that in a minute. Here I can also do fielding stats on here, so it's not, if I want to put errors in there, this is errors in the field, so you know, the errors that Buddy Bell made in the series would show up here. As you can see, Damaso Garcia made an error, and Rafael Landeskog had a rough 10 games there. He made 4 errors, so 3 in one game if I recall correctly. Not important right now. But the important thing is there you can put in fielding stats in a quote batting report. You'll notice this big gap. I don't want that big gap there, so I can click on that and decrease the field width. Never know exactly how much these numbers are. I'm going to just say 5 just to see where that gets us. And that gets us in a pretty good spot. So we're good there. So we can save this report. Since it's already been saved, I just saved the current report, and boom, we're done. So that's, I'll be able to put that report in a text report and bring it into Excel a little bit easier. But what I want to show you now, I also have to report stats for the 2 teams I played this month, and I'm going to show you a little trick here as to how we're going to do that. We're going to change the title. Click this one right here next to the 1. These are actually all titles. This is the main title. This is a subtitle, and this is subtitle 2 basically. So popped up this box. I want to change that. Delete that out. Type in Burks and click OK. And see, we got Burks now. Great, we got a title, but it still has the Shiloh player. So how do we get rid of that? Let's try saving it, and I'm going to save it as save the current report as a new report, and it's going to save based on this this title that we've created. So that's going to be the file name for this new report. So we save it as new, we click yes, and you're going, John, your report didn't work because you still got the Shiloh players in there. Remember what I said, in order to refresh it, basically you got to open up the new report. And what did I just click? Because that didn't work. Oh. Okay. Forgot to change one thing. Gotta go over to reports, report properties, the red folder. Change the auto load and make sure you're loading the right team in there. And we can click OK. And now, since I've already saved it, I'm going to save the current report. And now it still has the Shiloh players in there, so let me open it again, and now we get the Berks players in there. So, and again, it's sorted on player name, which is what we wanted. And now I will just take a drink of water. And we're going to change the title to my other May opponent, which was Seabrook. And before I save it, this time I'm going to remember to change the report properties. Change that to Seabrook. Click OK, OK. Save it as a new report. Click yes. And open the new report. Boom. So now we got Seabrook's players in there. And I misspelled Seabrook. Thanks for pointing that out, guys. I'm not even going to mess with it. It's not important right now. But just to show you how to change it. Oh, and then I can show how to delete reports too. So let's save that as a new report. And you'll see now I got a Seabrook and a Seabrook. Let's open the Seabrook one. And we can come out here and I can show you edit. You can delete, undelete. And this was a custom individual report. And I am going to select the Seabrook and change it, and done. You can see I deleted some other ones there. So that's how you delete a report and create new reports based off of one stock report. So right now I have 3 reports out there. I'm going to reopen the Shiloh one, because what I want to do, you'll notice these guys have played 10 games. That's based on 2 series. I need a report that just shows for my first series and my second series of the month. So how do I do that? We're going to come out here. We're going to change the title again. I'm going to shorten this as much as I can. And again, that'll probably be on a future video where I'm showing how to load the text file into Excel. Click OK and save that as a new report. Okay. So now we come here and we see the Shiloh versus Seabrook batting. Well, it's still got the 10 games there, so I must have done something wrong. No, I didn't do anything wrong. I just haven't created the series report yet. Click this next to the division set is the create series report. Click on that. It's going to bring up this dialog box to show all these games versus my 2 opponents. The first 5 were against Seabrook. So I'm going to number of ways you can select reports. You can either select them one at a time by hitting Control and then click on each one. I usually click on the first one, hit Shift, click on the last one I want, and then hit Finish. And again, save the report, come out here to CI, and let's reopen that, and we'll see my players' games are back down to 5, which it should be. So that's pulling up just the games against Seabrook from 5-1 to 5-5. And this is actually the series report. That's that #1 subtitle. So that's how we do that. I'm going to go ahead and come in here again. Make sure I save that. Come in here again. Put in my other opponent. Click OK. Save it as a new report. Click OK. Come over here to my series and select the games from 5-6 through 5-10. Click Finish. Save it. Reopen it. And there are my games against Berks County this month. So that is how we create series reports. And again, we just started this from one simple little stock individual report that we ran. We ran a team report, changed our stats, got them the way we wanted them, and then copied off of that. Basically just copied, changed the title, make sure you change your auto load to the right team, and you can create reports very quickly that way. And then series reports just for my team. These guys don't need series reports because they only played one opponent, and that was me. So there you go. Some quick and dirty help on reports here. I'll try to be doing some additional reports. Hopefully the audio on this one is better than it was last time, and I'll get this posted up to YouTube, and you guys can learn some things about BallStat report package. Thanks. Bye.